What's going on, chat? Welcome to day 6 of training for Pakistan. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Gillian, and I'm a solo traveler living in Thailand. And this summer, I will be going on the most ambitious trip of my entire life, and I'll be trekking the Himalayas of Pakistan. So I'm live streaming every single day, Monday to Friday, as I prepare my body for this expedition. We started last week, right? And today's day 6. It's Monday, so let's start the week off right. Today we're going to be focusing on upper body and core. I'll be honest, chat, I really didn't want to show up today. Mentally, I'm not really there right now, but you got to show up sad, you got to show up stressed, you got to show up tired. And I made a promise to myself, I made a promise to you that I would show up every single day as I prepare for this trip. So that's what I'm here doing, right? I said from the beginning the streams would hold me accountable no matter what, and today is living proof of that. So we're going to get started by warming up our upper body and core. Not sure how much talking I'll be doing today, just because, like I said, I'm not mentally there today, but I'm showing up because I promised that I would. You know, some days aren't going to be our best days. Some days are going to look better than others. That's just life. And today is just one of those days that I'm not mentally, just not mentally there. But if you are just joining, we are training for Pakistan. This is day 6 of the series. Say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Sweating already. It's been super hot in Thailand recently. If you're here, you know what I'm talking about. Like, just a not normal level of hot. My eyelashes are already fucked up, chat. And I just got them done on Thursday. All right, chat, take a break. before we get into it, that was just a quick little warm up. I really have to say, like I said in the beginning of the stream, I didn't feel like showing up today. I'm going through something personal, to be honest. But even just after a warm up, I can say I feel slightly better. There's nothing like moving your body. Movement really, really is life. All right, guys, let's start with a core exercise. We're going to do our weighted dead bugs. So we're going to strap the ankle weights on. We're going to use our resistance band. And we have this 8 kg med ball that we're going to squeeze between our legs as we do our dead bugs. All right, we got a minute on the clock, chat. If you've been tuning in, you know we do 10 stations, 2 rounds each. Each round is 1 minute long. All right, round 1 done. Chad, if you're just joining, we're training for Pakistan. This is day 6, right? We're live streaming every single day, every single week, Monday to Friday, with 2 rest days, right? 2 rest days factored into that, Saturday, Sunday. Those days are meant for rest days, for me anyway. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get my head in the game today. I'm not with it today. But like I said, we show up anyway. We show up sad. We show up tired. We show up stressed. Right? We owe it to ourselves to move our bodies. It's one thing I have to say. Well, 2 things I have to say I'm grateful for is my ability to show up for myself in the gym no matter what I'm going through in life. It's a non-negotiable for me that I'll show up regardless. My world could be crumbling and crashing down, but I will never skip the gym. All right, round 2 done. First station done. I'm going to remove the ankle weights for now because we're going to move on to our ring work, but I'll be strapping them back on for the next core exercise. Take a sip. All right, chat. I'm gonna move you. Gonna move you over to the rings. And then we'll come back to our original station. All right. Let's tilt this up a bit. All right, we're already 10 minutes into our workout. Look at that. And I didn't even want to show up today, man. Oof, I gotta move this fan. I hate the fan. I don't know. A lot of people need the air. But me, I like the heat when I'm working out. I like to sweat, you know, it's telling me that my body's working. So this fan cannot be in my face. All right, here we go. Round 1, station 2. Whew. My grip, you know, my grip is fucked up. Oh, gotta mentally prep for round 2. All right, let's go round 2 on the rings. That's all I got in me today, chat. That's all I got in me today. Like I said, I'm not mentally fully there. Just not. So today, I might just be going through the motions, but sometimes that's just what it looks like. All right, we should be good here. All right, on to our next core exercise. I will be putting the ankle weights back on. get our resistance band back on. I finally found the one that I was looking for last week in the gym. But now for the dead bugs, I was like, oh, that was too easy. So maybe I'll switch to the extra heavy for the dead bugs. But for this one, that other resistance band was way too heavy. We're gonna use the Pilates ball, put it under the small of your back. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, round one done. That one is way harder than it looks. Okay. Twenty more seconds. All right, we're gonna move on to a upper body exercise. We're gonna do some windmills with a dumbbell, but we're gonna add a bicep curl at the bottom. Just checking the clock, chat. We got 1 minute. If you're just joining, we're training for Pakistan. My talking might be very minimal today because if you go back to the start of the stream, I'm going through something personal, and it was actually very difficult for me to even show up today, but we got to show up sad. We got to show up tired, stressed. No matter what we're going through in life, we still have to show up for ourselves. You know, I'm so mentally fucked right now, actually. if I'm being honest. I'm holding my composure very well right now, but I'm totally mentally fucked right now. So mentally fucked that when I picked up these weights before, when I was setting up, mentally I was like, maybe I should go down a kg. Maybe I should lift lighter weight today, because mentally I'm not there. I'm truly not there. But I didn't. I stayed with the heavier weight. So that's something I'm proud of myself for on a day like today, that I didn't cheat myself, right? We can only count on ourselves, so don't cheat yourself. So one thing I have, no matter what I'm going through in my life, my discipline stays the same. I made a commitment. So I'm sticking to it. I feel like my form's definitely off though. All right. Station 4 done. We're gonna do a little core exercise next. Let me check the frame. Where should I position myself? We're gonna be using the Swiss ball for this. This Swiss ball, it's actually a little too full of air than what I prefer, but we're gonna get it done. We're gonna low plank on the Swiss ball. Wait, let me move this. And if you're just joining, I do apologize for my energy being so low. Like I said, I'm not in the best mental state right now, but I'm showing up because I promised I would. So we're gonna low plank on the Swiss ball. And we're gonna knee the Swiss ball, which is, you really gotta squeeze your core tight to make sure the ball doesn't go flying out underneath you. Taking out my emotions on this Swiss ball. Okay, round one done. Ooh. This is station 5. Let me see. 6, 7. I could do just trying to plan in my head. I prefer not to move the camera more than I have to. So I'm trying to see if I should switch the order of things. 6, 7. Okay, that's what we'll do. I got it, chat. All right, round 2. First thing with this one is you got to really get your balance first. 10 seconds. All right. We're going to need this in a bit. I'm going to grab a kettlebell, chat, for the next exercise. Ooh, I actually have an idea for exercise station number 7. Might switch out what I was originally going to do for station 7. I have an idea. Something I haven't done in a long time. I think it'll be good to it takes a lot of mental strength, so it'll push me, which is what I need right now. I need my mental strength to be pushed a little bit because it's being tested. For sure, it's being tested. All right. One minute on the clock. A little back action. Ooh. Told you I'm not a pro athlete. And also this is like some hand-eye coordination to catch the kettlebell. And my brain ain't working the best right now. This is station 6. One minute done. Let me see if I could move this around a bit. "30 minutes in, chat. I think I'm moving fast today because I have some things in my personal life that I got to take care of. But like I said, I just wanted to make sure that I showed up regardless today. It's a promise I made to myself, a promise I made to you. And it's real life, you know? Some days are going to be hard, and if you have goals in the gym, you have to show up regardless. If If you're planning for an expedition, if you're training for that, you have to show up regardless. And what would I have done if I didn't show up in the gym today? Lay in bed and cry all day? No, absolutely not. Nothing like lifting little weights to make me feel like a badass again. Nothing like lifting little weights to remind myself that I am a badass bitch. So I could have laid in bed, felt sorry for myself, or I could move my body and get one step closer to being the best version of myself I can possibly be. All right, Chad, I'm going to take a sip. You take a break as well, if you're grinding with me. We're moving on to station number 7. And I'm just going to bring the camera over here. I'm going to balance on this Swiss ball. Now, I haven't balanced on one that was this full before. This might be a little bit too full. Let me reconsider. Let's see if over here it works better. All right, I could do it. I just needed a little bit of a better setup. All right, we're gonna try it over here because there's a handle for me to hold on to. I just need the boost. Hi, if you're just joining, chat, we are training for Pakistan. All right, I think I got it. The only thing is I wanted to incorporate a kettlebell as well, but all right, let me get my bearings, and I might try to hold this for 2 minutes straight. Lots of focus goes into this. 1 minute done. We got one more minute. "45 seconds. This takes incredible focus. And I know I'm fumbling a little bit. All right, 20 seconds. Let me get off the wall. All right. Oof. We made it. 2 minutes. Shit. That was good. That was good, chat. All right, I'm going to take a sip and I'm going to move you. We're going to move to the ski erg machine, but we won't be doing what you think we would be doing on the ski erg. We'll be doing something else. Let's see. All right, we're going to use the ski erg to work out our back. We're going to do what my trainer Pete from Brooklyn used to call it, the Wolverine. What we're going to do, we're going to put this all the way to 10. We're going to take the skis, I don't know, what would you call them? We're going to cross them like so. And we're just going to go straight out. This is going to work out your upper back. And Chad, if you're just joining, we're training for Pakistan. We're on day 6. We're here every single week, every day, Monday to Friday. We're taking 2 rest days, Saturday, Sunday, right? Today is Monday, the start of the week. We're starting off strong with a little upper body and core training. Right, if you have been following since the beginning, I told you that I don't like to do any basic things with the equipment in the gym. I like to get creative. So, you know, most people get on the ski erg and do what you do on a ski erg, right? And ski. But no basic training here. No basic training here. Everything has to be done with creative movement. And wait till you see what we do with the rower next. Let me bring my water over here. All right, let's go for round 2. 40 minutes into the stream, 40 minutes into the work. We are on station number 8. We got one more core after this, and then we got handstands. Always like to finish with handstands on upper body day. Let me make sure my arms are staying nice and straight. If they're not straight, chat, and you notice it, tell me. Please tell me, because sometimes they feel straight, and I look back and they're not. So definitely don't want to be wasting our time here in the gym. really starting. I feel the burn now. I got that resistance all the way up on the machine, right? Not cheating ourselves. Another one that looks easy, but it burns, man. That shit fucking burns. All right. I'm gonna turn you to the rower, but we ain't gonna be rowing. We're not gonna be rowing. All right. Let me get a box. Oh shoot. To move somebody's belongings. I don't really want to do that, but I need this box. We're gonna do some side planking on the rower. Let me just check the frame. All right, looks decent. Decent enough. We just gotta get the job done today, chat. I just want to get the job done and deal with what I gotta deal with. But you've probably heard me mention this guy, Pete. Let me check the clock. My old trainer from Brooklyn. And he used to use something called the hero board to do exercise like this. I'm out here getting creative because I don't have access to that. But again, everything I do in the gym is inspired by him. He's truly one of a kind. What time did I start this? This burns like a motherfucker. Tapping out. All right, second side. I think this will be my better side. Again, I have trap problems, so it's always hard for me to hold the side plank on the right side. I'm also a lefty, so I can see the clock over here. That's great. All right, 1 minute on the clock. Really trying to keep my arm up as long as possible. I'll definitely need to go back and check my form on this one because I can never tell what my alignment is. They need more mirrors in the gym. All right. All right. Let me clean up this box. And we'll move on to our last station. Our handstands. How is it already? 12:10 p.m. I really need to start getting to the gym earlier. But actually today, I couldn't even get here earlier because the tree in front of my house fell, and the whole hill that I live on, the whole road down the hill was closed. So, I mean, I was mentally preparing myself, but there was nothing I could do because the hill was closed. Hey, Chad, if you're just joining, we're training for Pakistan. We're about to do some handstands. We're on day 6 of training every single day, Monday to Friday, to prepare our bodies for this expedition that we're about to go on. All right, so handstands. I never get it on the first, let me move this a bit. I never get it on the first try because I try to feel out my space. I really want to get off that wall, chat. I swear, sometimes I do it, but I never seem to be on camera when I do that, right? So maybe holding myself accountable to stream every single day. I'll get it one day on camera. I'll catch it one day. If you're just joining, my name's Gillian. We're training for Pakistan. This is day 6. I'm a solo female traveler living in Thailand. And this summer, I'm going to embark on the most ambitious trip of my entire life. And I am preparing my body for that, because I might be in a little over my head. Always got to feel out the space first. That's all I got, chat. That is all I got. All right. Let's do some stretching. Shit. We made it. We made it to the end of station 10, day 6. And to think, if you're just joining, I didn't want to do this today. I'm going through something personal. My mental state is actually super fucked up right now. Like, I'm not okay. I made it here. I might seem composed, but I'm not okay. But I decided to show up regardless. You got to show up for yourself even when you're sad, even when you're tired, even when you're stressed. It'll be a short stretch today, chat, because I've really got a lot on my mind. I got a lot that I need to take care of. Stretching my legs, we didn't even do any legs, but that's what really needs stretching for me. I used to do a 15-minute stretch sequence every single day at home. But I haven't done it in so long. I mean, there's only so much you could do in a day, man, you know? Like, I'm training every day, and then what you don't see is that I do a little extra credit, and I do some 10-minute abs every evening, and then I do face yoga as well, which might seem silly, but if you're a girl or even a guy, you know what I'm talking about. So like with the gua sha stone and shit. So there's only so much you could do in a day. I mean, I also have my job, you know, at night, and building my brand and working on my socials. So, all right, chat, that's it for today. This was day 6 of training for Pakistan. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you could like this, hit the subscribe button, that means a lot to me. Today was just a prime example of how I'm keeping it real with you. I'm not here to make training look pretty or cute or linear, right? I'm just a regular person, and I go through things in life. You go through things in life, and just showing you how I still show up regardless. And maybe some of it wasn't pretty today, and maybe my energy's been low, but I have to be proud of myself for making it here today, because most of me just wanted to stay in bed, right? But what good would that have done for me? How would that have made me feel better? I showed up regardless. So I hope it motivates you to show up on the good days and show up on the bad days. But that's it for day 6. Tune in tomorrow for day 7 of training for Pakistan. We'll be doing our first cardio of the week tomorrow. Thanks, chat. See you later.